Hi! My name is Christal Burnette. I'm an Okinawan health and plant specialist, and today I'm going to be talking about sugar and its connection to healthy living. Now, those two words don't usually go together. As you know, sugar is very bad for you. It's very addictive, and it's in everything these days, and people really need to stop. But there's something that not a lot of people know about the longest living people in the world, the Okinawans. Now, I live on Okinawa Island, and I need to say that there is a type of sugar that is made here that has been connected to the healthy living of the people a very, very long time ago. Now, first, let me explain by saying that there is something called ryukyu yakuzen, or it is something similar to like traditional Japanese medicine, or kampo, which is derived from traditional Chinese medicine. So we have traditional Chinese medicine, and then from that, traditional Japanese medicine came about. And then from that, to be more specific, the prefecture, the small island of Okinawa, has its own version, which is called ryukyu yakuzen, or traditional Okinawan medicine. So what I want to talk about today is the dark brown sugar that the Okinawans consume still today and used to consume way back in the day. And one of the reasons being is that I am making my own high-tie product of dark brown sugar. And it's going to be sold in the States and can be shipped out from Japan to anywhere in the world. Now, the reason being is that this dark brown sugar is a very, very special type of sugar that cannot be found anywhere else. I'm going to explain why it is special and how it is connected to traditional Okinawan medicine. Is a very cool reason of how it is. Now, one of the cool things or good things about Okinawan dark brown sugar is that it is completely unrefined. The sugar that you see on the shelves today is super processed, it is super stripped of all the vitamins and minerals and bleached and made white, blah, 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 blah. Okinawan dark brown sugar is sugar cane taken, squeezed, boiled, hardened. That is it. It is unrefined, it is not processed, and because of that, it has more vitamins and minerals inside of it, which leads to the other reason that Okinawan dark brown sugar is such a better sugar is that it has a unique flavor because it is unrefined. So that's why it's dark brown sugar, because it has a very specific, deep molasses taste. So Okinawan dark brown sugar is made in much smaller batches than you see from other sugars made in other countries, because Okinawa is very, very small. And so because of that, the taste of each island is inside each sugar, which makes it really, really cool. And the last thing that's really cool about Okinawan dark brown sugar is the importance that it has in the culture. So Okinawan dark brown sugar, or the word is kokuto or kurosato, there's many different words for it, but it is a very important and distinct part of Okinawan culture because it is used in many of the traditional sweets and pastries and even dinner foods. You can use dark brown sugar to make sauces for your dinner or your breakfast or lunch or whatever it may be. Dark brown sugar is integrated into Okinawa, and everyone who visits here usually hears about it, buys a pack, and brings it home. Now, the overconsumption of sugar is not good, but I'm going to talk about the way that the Okinawans used it for centuries, decades, even today. So one way. Here is a package of dark brown sugar. It is made into little squares, and the reason I'm showing it is because the farmers in Okinawa, whether they be growing sugarcane or whatever, when they're outside, you're sweating a lot, right? And Gatorade is not a thing here. Well, now there's Pocari Sweat and other drinks that are just like Gatorade in Japan, but back in the day in Okinawa, they didn't have something like that to keep them going during the day as they're sweating and losing all those electrolytes and vitamins and minerals. So what they would do is take squares of kokuto, or dark brown sugar, and just suck on them while they were working. And it tastes pretty cool. So this is like a cool way to regain their energy, in a sense, during the day while working. And people will be outside handing out these little squares to people. Like, here you go, because it's gonna help them from hopefully not collapsing. Now, I'm not saying it's like medicine and it's like a lifesaver, but it is handed out to people. People love it, and people put it in their mouth and then keep on running. Now, I just explained something that is more modern, more commonly known among the people here, but I'm going to explain something that is not known, even among many, many locals, native Okinawan people here. And that is something that is out of the book of Ryukyu Yakuzen. And now that high-tie has its first dark brown sugar product coming out very soon, maybe March or April of this year, 2023. I want to explain how it is going to be connected to the future videos I'm going to be making about traditional Okinawan medicine or traditional Japanese medicine, because you need to understand Kampo, traditional Japanese medicine, before we go into Ryukyu Yakuzen, or traditional Okinawan medicine. I do hate sugar in a sense. I consume it all the time. I love sweet stuff. Love sweet stuff. But of course, the overconsumption is not good for you. But I don't want people to have this weird viewpoint about sugar. It's not healthy, especially if you're like, I'm never gonna consume sugar again, and then you avoid sugar at all costs, and then your life is kind of miserable, and it's just super difficult to do. Maybe you rebound and eat a bunch of sugary things. It's just a cycle that I don't want a lot of people to go through. So I want to change the viewpoint about sugar. In Ryukyu Yakuzen, there is dark brown sugar. Also in Kampo as well, they use the concept of yin and yang, because these concepts derive from traditional Chinese medicine, which is where yin and yang comes from. So yin and yang is about harmony, about balance. You have the white side and then you have the black side, and they kind of harmonize together and go together. You can't have one without the other. They must be connected well. One can't be bigger than the other, one can't be smaller. So we have something I want to explain lightly is when it comes to food, there are 4 types when explaining food. There are many categories that I'll go over in future videos, but the first category I want to go over is the one that has to do with temperature. So there's 4. There's hot, then there's warm, then there's cool, and then there's cold. So if we have hot and warm, those are things that you take or eat, consume in order to warm up the body. And of course, cool and cold, those types of foods are ones that you eat in order to cool down the body. So depending on how your body is out of harmony, you need to take one or the other to bring it back into harmony. So you either need to heat up the body or you need to cool down the body. The cool thing about dark brown sugar is that its category is warm. So you would take it when you need to warm up your body. And I wrote some of the symptoms that you would take dark brown sugar, you would eat it back in the day, why you would eat it back in the day. So it says here, and I translated into English, put a little note, is that people back in the day would take dark brown sugar when they had chilliness, loss of appetite, fatigue, vomiting, postnatal vaginal discharge, menstrual pain, irregular menstruation, bad breath due to garlic, and stiffening of the muscles. Now, some of those probably make sense to people because they know that when you take sugar, it's good for some of these things, because we all know what sugar is. Of course, it can help your appetite, maybe. So there are benefits to literally every food that is produced on this earth, and those are all listed in this book. Everything that is produced on this earth has a category, and it has a benefit to the body, but it's only beneficial depending on the harmony that is inside your body. So in a previous video, I explained that there is the 5 elements or the 5 phases, gorin, inside your body. Those were wood, fire, metal, earth, and water. So those correlate with each section of the body, the organs, and then the expert specialist in Kampo would know, looking at those 5 elements in your body, and then also the temperature, and then many other categories I haven't mentioned yet, then they would say, oh, you need to take this much dark brown sugar along with other herbs and foods, not just dark brown sugar. No one's gonna say, hey, only consume sugar. That's not how longevity works. There's a balance, and you have little bits of multiple things, not just a big bowl of one thing. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions about Kampo or Okinawan dark brown sugar or Ryukyu Yakuzen, traditional Okinawan medicine, please comment below. Please keep subscribing and watching these videos. I'm going to be posting more about Kampo and teaching people in a more organized manner about how to become a traditional Okinawan medicine expert or Kampo specialist. Many videos about all the concepts. It'd be super cool. So subscribe, click the notification button, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. Bye!